Welcome to the Jerry White Show. Hey, just getting ready to do a little Gadsden City Titan football. And man, you guys ever had one of those days or a couple of days where nothing you plan goes right? Like the devil just coming at you from every angle. That's kind of where I've been the past few days. So I appreciate you being patient and all the messages I've received. Hey, when you're talking Gadsden City, well, today's that day. Thank you again for jumping on. And let's let a few people jump on here. Kind of a weird time. And I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes when you're sick and you take some antibiotics, good gracious, no bueno. So I'm fighting through it. First world problems, right? Let you guys jump in here. Hey, thank you to our sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of them. We can't do any of this without the fine folks that you see at the top of the screen. So thank you so much. To every one of those. And please let them know how much you appreciate them. Send them a text, go by, support their business, whatnot, so forth. Hey, Derek, appreciate you watching, man. Go ahead and get your questions in, and I'll do my best to answer them. That's kind of not what I do with this particular show. As the season gets going, once I'm able to get out to some practices and put some eyes on kids myself and talk to some different coaches and whatnot, more of a detail. This is more of a spring, start of summer, kind of what we have to look forward to. And we'll give it just a couple more minutes. Again, I'll hit our sponsors one more time. Twin City Used Cars, Tree Man Tree Service. Hey, with all the bad weather we got going on, give Jared Bogle a call at 256-393-0127. That brother will get your trees right, although he's still got to do two of mine that should have been done 6 months ago. Other than that, though, that's how busy he is. Sam Boswell, Honda of Gadsden. Mayor Joe Taylor, City of Rainbow City. I see you, sir. I see you. Hey, let's just dive in this. Hey, please like, comment, subscribe. It's free. Share. It means a whole lot. Put your questions in there. I'll get back to all of them that I can. Let's talk a little Gadsden City Titan football. Again, let me break this down. This is episode 7 of 10. I'll be breaking down all 10 Etowah County high schools, this being number 7, I believe. And Gadsden City, I think they've had a pretty successful last few years. I break down from 2020 on. Then at the end of the show, we kind of tell you, hey, here's what we're going to be looking forward to coming up in the summer, 7-on-7, 5-on-5, some 11-on-11 camps, and getting ready for the season. We all know the big split happened. Not going to get in that too much, but that's going to shake up some teams and so forth and travel. Here's what I'll say. Gadsden City's caught some bad luck the last few years. And you can see that for yourself as we get into this. This will be Coach Ollie Smith's 8th season as the head guy there at Gadsden City. This is the record. He's 39 and 38, 4-4 in the playoffs through 7 seasons. This will be his season number 8. They are the 2-time region champions. You heard that. 2-time region champions since 2020. They did that in back-to-back years in 22 and 23. They were 7A, if we remember, starting back in 2020. That was a very tough season. That 2020 year, they were 3-7. But just let me talk about the SEC West, if I can, for a second, because that's pretty much what Gadsden City was in back then. Thompson, Hoover, Oak Mountain, Hewitt-Trustful, Vestavia Hills, Spain Park, Tuscaloosa County. I think that's also in that region. So they had some dudes, though. Everybody remembers Rod Orr, offensive lineman, C.J. Miller, running back. Even though you have a 3-7 season, you have 2 kids that make the All-State team at 7A. That's pretty impressive. The next year, it got a little bit better. That 2021 team, they were 5-5. A couple more All-State kids. They had C.J. Miller running back. They had Rodney Johnson at DB. Sam Horton made it. He didn't make All-State, but he made one of the All-Star games. It was pretty special to see that linebacker. I don't remember if he was a linebacker or defensive end. Jeff Underwood, if you're on here, remind me. We talked about that kid way back in the day. I think he was a linebacker, but he may have played a defensive end. So did not make it to the playoffs either of those 2 years. Now here comes 4 straight playoff runs for the Gadsden City Titans. 2022, they won the region championship. They were down to 6A, which they should have really been playing in. in my opinion. That 22 team, they won the region championship. They were 7-5. They lost in the second round that year to a very, very good Mountain Brook team. Like Mountain Brook, they they finished second in the state. They were runner up that year. So again, look how tough Gadsden City had it. They got beat by a team that finished runner up. They took home a red map that year. They had some really good kids on that team. They had, of course, Dre Jr. Dre Kirkpatrick was an all-state. They have, what's up, Brandon? Hope everything's going great out in the Carolinas where you're at. That dude is the sports nut. Go check those guys out, man. They do a lot of fun content over there, except for Matt. Just kidding. Let's get back to they had Gabe Brito, the punter, make All-State, and Ryan Wood was an offensive lineman that year, also making All-State. They had Aaron Wood on that team, offensive line. They had Clyde Curry at wide receiver or tight end. I think he played both, actually. Stephen James, they all made all-star games. As far as the All-State, it was Dre Kirkpatrick Jr., Gabe Brito, and Ryan Woods. That next year, again, they're back in 6A Region 8. And if you don't remember, let me hit you with that region. Of course, Gadsden City, Fort Payne, Buckhorn, May Jemison, Lee Huntsville, Hazel Green was that region they were competing in, and they won it. And this year, again, 2023, they were 9-4. They lost to Parker 35-20 in the third round. And again, Parker lost in the North Alabama Championship in the semis. So again, another team, Gadsden City just running into the teams that making it to the state championship or just before. They had Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. They had the big defensive lineman, Jarrell Brasher. Pretty sure it was Brasher. They had TJ Worthy at running back. They had the kicker back. Brito was the kicker. And they also, don't forget, Luke Waltrip at quarterback, also making all-state honors, I believe, that year. And 24, it took just a little bit of a dip. They lost to Clay Chalkville 33-3 in the first round. They were 6-4 that year. They still had Worthy. They had Nehemiah Samples. They had Zayden Gibson, all make all-state. And again, in that 24 season was just a tough season. You have some down seasons. You have some injuries. That's kind of what happened with Gadsden City in 24. Now in 25, last year they lost to Clay Chalkville in the second round, 44-7. Everyone lost to Clay Chalkville. Again, Clay Chalkville won the state championship. So in 20, they had to play the 7A state champion in Thompson. 21, the 7A state champion in Thompson. 22, the runner-up in Mountain Brook. 23, they lost to Parker. Parker lost in the semifinals. And in 25, they also, again, lost to a state champion in Clay Chalkville. So just a tough run. But it, again, a very, very good season, 8-4. And they had Zion Gibson at DB. They had Chris Butler at linebacker, Tom Sims at DB. All those were all state kids, and they were some absolute dudes. So since 2020, Gadsden City is 38-29, 2 region championships, 4 years in the playoffs. They were not in the playoffs in 2021, 4 years in a row in the playoffs. Went to the second round twice. The first round, they got beat once in the first round, and to the third round once. Tell me what you think a successful season is, or a successful decade. I think they're trending in the right direction. Gadsden City, they have talent, but they've had some tough matchups. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me get a sip of this coffee. Again, in 20, Thompson, state champion. Gadsden City had to play him. 21, Thompson, state champion. Gadsden City had to play him. 22, Mountain Brook, finished runner-up. Gadsden City had to play him. 23, Parker, lost in the semifinals. Gadsden City had to play him. 25, Clay Chalkville, state champions. That is a formidable run. And Coach Smith's done a good job getting ready for this season. Very excited to talk about that coming up. Let's look at that 6A Region 4 again. private public split. Gadsden City, I think, got a much better region than Southside, if I'm being honest. I'll take the 6A region for any day of the week. So they're in the region. We'll go over the actual schedule, but the region is Bob Jones. Bob Jones was in 7A last year. They're in 6A this year. They were 5-5. Buckhorn, they were 6A last year. They finished 7-4, made it to the first round of the playoffs. Gadsden City was, of course, 6A last year, 8-4, made it to the second round. Grissom is in this region. They were 7A last year. They were 1-9. Hazel Green was 6A. They finished 4-6. Huntsville was 7A. They finished 7-3. James Clemens was 7A. They finished 5-6 and lost in the first round of the playoffs. And Sparkman was 5-6, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs. So let's just take just a quick peek here and look at this schedule. And I had some great conversation with Coach Smith, and I'm going to kind of go over some of that conversation here in a second. But I want to go over this schedule. It matters. Then we'll talk about some of the kids, who they lost, who they have high expectations for, and so on. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, and throw questions in here. Appreciate you, Brandon, for always supporting. And I don't know if I have the answer to your question, or maybe you want something you want to talk about. Just throw it out there. Give me some information. Really appreciate it. So it all starts Friday. At this point, all the games are on Friday. We know sometimes stuff changes. So August the 21st, it is Oxford. And Oxford is a team that Gadsden City is going to open with. And it's going to be a very intriguing matchup, as it always is. Oxford's one of those teams. Again, they lost to Parker last year in the first round of the playoffs in 6A, but this is a very good team. It was a down season for them. They were 5-6, but I expect huge things coming up with this team. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that one shakes out. Week 1, high energy. What's up, Xavier Curry? Thank you. Go Irish. What about the heater we're on with that Notre Dame recruiting, Xavier? Come on, son. Heater. Then we go to Fort Payne. Gadsden City goes at Fort Payne. We all know the hosiery capital of the world. So good luck with that one. Then it starts region play. That one's August 28th. Then it starts a very tough September here for the Gadsden City Titans. They host Sparkman. Then that Friday, 9/11, it's at James Clemens. Then you get to come home for Hazel Green. Then you step out and you go to Fultondale on Friday, September the 25th. That is a non-region game. And, Fultondale is one of those teams, man. They've had some talent over the years, haven't put it together as of late. But I suspect they were 4-7 last year, doesn't score a lot of points, but they made it to the playoffs last year, losing in the first round to a very, very good Anderson team who played for a state championship. So Fultondale is getting better. Do not overlook them. That is a non-region game on the road at Fultondale. Then you come back home, back in region play with Grissom. Just checking out the comments here. Appreciate everyone. Then you 2 on the road at Huntsville, at Buckhorn. Then you finish your season, your last region game, you're at home. That is Friday, October the 23rd, Bob Jones. And again, Bob Jones was 5-5 last year, playing 7A. So I haven't done the deep dive, so I don't know what to tell you about that. Seth Parker is the head coach there at Bob Jones. This will be his first season there. They hired him away from Priceville. He was at Priceville for 2 years. His first season, he was 2-8. Then last year made it to the second round of the playoffs, going 8-4. So trust me when I tell you, Bob Jones is going to be better. I promise you. And let me just say, Coach Smith, I think, is getting primed and ready to talk. Hopefully we'll have a couple of interviews with him. So, hey, thank you for the questions. Yeah, I hear Gadsden City, they did lose a lot, but they got some people coming back. Let's dive into that if we can. And again, we are talking the 2026 Gadsden City Titans. Information I've gathered is from Coach Ollie Smith mostly. He's leading this program in. And this year's team is going to be very young. The Titans graduate a tremendous senior class, an unbelievable amount of talent. I think they were better than they actually got credit for. Um, so they had some couple injuries last year that didn't help, but unbelievable senior class last year, and because of that, they're going to be relying on a ton of underclassmen to step up into major roles. There's one thing to have underclassmen you're dependent on, but in these key roles, they're going to have to step up. There may be some growing pains early, but also with that comes a lot of excitement because there's an unbelievable amount of talent coming to this program. Let's start to see what Gadsden City has to replace. And you guys know more than me. Some of you parents of players, jump in here, give me some information. I'd love to talk about it. Offensively, though, the biggest loss to me offensively for this team is Keshawn Curry. He was a two-time member of the All-Kapow team. The kid's playing football on Saturday. He's better than his numbers indicate. I think they started using him much better late in the season. He is a dog. He is a dude, and he is going to be missed. Same thing with James Woods, big offensive lineman, Anthony Edwards. You had to replace those two guys who played a lot of ball for you. Huge misses as far as experience goes, and those are not only players who gave you great numbers; these are players who gave you great leadership. So when you have the leadership these players gave and the production every Friday night, it's a big loss. But that's offensively. I think they're going to be okay. They averaged 25 points a game offensively. Last year, gave up 22. I think the much bigger losses is on defense, however. They graduated Michael Hightower, Chris Butler, who I don't think got enough credit, Xavier Wright. What's the Moore kid? I should have a bunch more notes than I do, but I don't. Is it Kamari Moore? Yes, the Yao kid, Ty Sims. The back end was unbelievable. High level defensive backfield play between Sims and Gibson, both playing college football. So much experience just graduated, right? Just moving on. So replacing these guys is one of the biggest storylines of the season, if you ask me. Hey, but don't sing a cry song for them, right? They don't need it. They don't need your tears. They have an awful lot of stuff coming back as well. I just want to give you the good and the bad. You can't talk Gadsden City right now without talking a player that Jeff Underwood and myself on Kapow have been talking about for a few years since he was at Westbrook. I got to watch him a few years over there. This kid can spin the ball, and he's developing into an outstanding quarterback. I said it before. I think he is going to be one of the top 3-4 high school football players in the state of Alabama. I love his game. I love his fundamentals. I love his footwork. I love the fact that he wants to compete. I'm talking about Sam Soley. This kid is the real deal, and he has the offers to go with it. He is one of the top quarterbacks. Look, Etowah County right now has some dudes at quarterback. That you got 2 or 3 right now that's like wow. I'm 50-50 on the third one. I don't know if I can talk about it yet, but two for sure. Who's the better quarterback? You got Westbrook or Gadsden City? Which one of those kids? Blevins or Sully? Put your comments in here. 2 different styles, very different style players, both unbelievable. Leadership quality, I'll take Blevins. Sorry, Sam. You can get there. You can get there. Blevins is just a dude to me, and Sam has to step up. This is his year to do it. He will have all the opportunities. And as long as we're talking about Sam before we move on to the rest of the team, so let me just talk about some of the offers Sam already has. Kentucky, Florida, Mississippi State, Alabama, Auburn. He has all those offers. He had the Alabama-Auburn offer on the same day. And he just got a Florida State offer yesterday or the day before yesterday. So some big things, and there's going to be a lot of offers to come. I love high school football recruiting. I don't do enough of it on this channel, but I am big time into it, especially Notre Dame recruiting. The fact that Florida may surprise some people because Joe Craddock is their recruit. He's the recruiter that's coming up this way and talking to Sam. He is high level. He is one of the top 10 high school football recruiters in the country. Joe Craddock is a man who does it, but it's a long way, man. It's 370 plus miles down to Gainesville, but that's a sneaky. So what I like to do is follow the visits. I pay attention to the official and the unofficial visits. And Sam has been to Kentucky twice, Mississippi State twice, Florida twice, Alabama 3 times, Auburn 3 times, Tennessee 3 times. So if I had to say, if you got a gun to my head right now, Xavier, and say, hey, where is this young man going to sign? I think it's Auburn. I think Auburn's in the lead right now. No inside information. I haven't talked to his family. I haven't interviewed him yet, but I certainly will. Just the gut feeling. I think Auburn's doing good things down there. So you got that level of quarterback. You're going to be okay. But you're way more than a quarterback. You just can't win with a quarterback. If we've seen team after team after team, year after year after year, try that. So let's talk about the weapons he's going to have around him, and in the backfield in particular. Jakari Harris, and is it Amari Thomas? Pretty sure that I may have misspelled his name, Amari Thomas. So they're going to have plenty of speed. They're going to have plenty of explosiveness. They have some dudes. And let's not forget about the young man just transferred in from Pell City, the Wade kid. This guy is explosive. He's dynamic. He's a special quick twitch player. So you add him at wide receiver. You got Harris and Thomas in the backfield. But those guys can't do very much. Yeah, Xavier, Auburn too. Yeah, I'm with you. I feel you. Up front, you got Aiden Goodson. You got the Mostella kid leading that offensive line. They got some huge shoes to fill, but those two kids up front. And the other targets down there is going to be Dylan Perry and David Pointer to go along with the Wade transfer from Pell City. You got dudes. Explosiveness all over the field. That high octane offense. You're going to see a lot of big plays downfield, I would imagine. Linebacker, you got Kittle, you got Ransall? I should have took better notes. I apologize. First name's Carter for sure. I think it's Ransall. I think those two kids will be the leaders of this defense. Secondary in Gadsden City always has athletes back there. Zamir Butler, Jamarcus Hughley. I think they're going to be your key back-end guys, and they will go get the ball. You can't overlook special teams, and you got Brady Sauls, who is a tremendous kicker, and kickers can be weapons. Just look at Westbrook and Reed Barber. That guy's a weapon. Look at Gadsden City and Georgie Candiato. Those kids are all-state kids, very special. Another wide receiver is it Javario Thomas? I'm sure I'm going to get roasted by Nicole Wills in the comments here for not knowing these kids' names. I didn't make good notes. I'm sorry. And you got the one kid, the Timmons kid, he's going to play linebacker and he's going to play running back. He is a dude. And again, more defensive backs. You got Briggs and you got Terrence Green. I love linebacker play. And you got Zayden Smith there is going to hit you. He is going to light you up. So I think you're in very good hands. But these are some names that you're going to hear early on into the season, some newer names. But I think Coach Smith was very excited about these new kids, about his quarterback, but he was unbelievably excited about the new additions to the coaching staff. I'm talking about Matt Patterson. He's going to be the quarterback coach. He's going to be training, developing, working on technique for Sam. So that's a big hire right there for that young man to come in here. That's Coach Matt Patterson is going to be coaching Sam. Brandon Williams will be coaching receivers. You got Blake Worthy takes over the defensive back room, so that's going to be pretty special. And look, Coach Smith believes that these additions is going to help accelerate the development of a young team, and that's what you want. You want to let these kids understand how to grow and how you develop from hand techniques to routes, breaking off from stems to downhill explosiveness and why you do certain things, understanding concepts, those kind of things. So what's my outlook? I think this season is going to be about growth. The Titans are loaded with talent. There is no question one of the more talented teams in Etowah County, but they're very inexperienced. I think they're going to be one of those teams that you see that improved dramatically from week 1 to week 10. If these young guys can mature quickly, Gadsden City can be a very dangerous football team this season. Again, they open up against Oxford. That's going to be a game to watch. It's going to be incredible. But again, this region is very favorable. I'm actually going to pick Gadsden City to win 6A Region 4. I think they come out on top of this region. Again, it's Buckhorn, Bob Jones, Grissom, Hazel Green, Huntsville, James Clemens, Sparkman. I think they get their third region championship in the last since 2020. They got in 22, they got in 23. I think they get it here in 25. I mean, what year are we in? 26. But there's some good things going on. And Coach wanted me to remind you that also make plans for Friday, September the 4th, when Gadsden City honors the 2006 team, the football team, the cheerleaders, the band, special pregame tailgate beginning at 5:30. It's going to be a great night of celebrating the great teams and one of the great teams in school history, maybe the best team in school history. So that's kind of where I'm at right there. That is my breakdown. Just a quick 30-minute show. And I apologize, I should have been yesterday. A lot of things going on, so thank you for bearing with me. Please like and tag some people in this. Send it to players, send it to coaches. Gadsden City is going to do Etowah County proud, and I think I have 3 more teams to get to. I still have to do Glencoe. I still have to do Coosa, and I still have to do Hoax Bluff. Anybody here from Coach Rob? Because he's not responding to me, so I would hate not to do a show highlighting your kids just because you won't reach out to me and give me some good information. So if you know a coach at Hoax Bluff or Coach Rob, tell him to call me. He's got my number. I can't wait to do that. So again, thank you so much. Again, thank you to the sponsors that allow me to do this. Obviously can't do it without you. Twin City Used Cars, Tree Man Tree Service, that's Jared Bogle, 256-393-0127, Sam Boswell, Honda of Gadsden, and Mayor Joe Taylor. That brother just keeps winning. Hey, I love you guys. God bless. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one.